share that out. Okay. All right. All right. I want to welcome everybody. Good afternoon, almost evening, and welcome to the CS&PA teacher cohort for Quorum Kickoff, and I'm really excited to see you here as we begin this journey into accessible programming in computer science. And the CS&PA initiative, this aims to enhance computer science education across Pennsylvania. And this cohort specifically is focused on making programming accessible to all students through Quorum programming language. And we have a couple in here that took part of this in the summer. We had the actual designers of this course, this programming language, do a session over the summer. So this is 6-month professional development experience, and I'm looking forward to collaborating with all of you and helping you bring computer science to more diverse learners. Okay, so first things first. Lauren is not here, but Lauren is my co-pilot on this, and she will be popping a little later. She's doing a K-8 pathway right now with Ethan Pan, so she's going to pop in a little later. But Lauren and I are both on the CS&PA team. Many of you know Lauren as well, and she does a lot with drones. Those that are in the drones, she's kind of in charge of the drone program, and so you're stuck with me over the next 6 months. So, all right, looking forward to it. All right, and the first things first. You use your phone. I know that some of you did this in the cohort that we have on the community of practice, but just give me a little bit. Let's see who's in the room. Just give me your name in the room, name, role, LEA, or organization if you're not with a school district. See where we're all coming from, and we'll get started. I'm in my 3rd year with CS&PA, and I was in the classroom a little over 2 years ago. I was in the classroom teaching computer science, just like a lot of you are doing now. So, so you can do. And if you want to go to slido.com, if you can't scan it, it's code 8428115. Slido.com, 8428115. Those traveling or whatever. Yeah. If you can't, that's fine too. If you want to put it in the chat too, if you were traveling, that's fine too. Okay, Liz from Penn School District, Allentown School District, traveling home. I got you. No problem, Liz. So we got Meredith. Yeah, she's a drone pilot, Black Hawk School District. Yeah, Christy. TAC IU5. Oh, I'm glad to see an IU person here. That's great. Yeah. York County.
Brian, it says that you've started screen sharing, but I don't see anything.
You don't?
No, I just see it's all black and in the middle says
It
Brian
might-
Howard has started screen
It
sharing.
might be because are you seeing the Slido?
No.
No, I think Slido doesn't work in the screen share. So
Ah.
unless I do it like this, I'll do it. Let me do something like this. But yeah, just go ahead and do the Slido. Let me see if I share again. What happens? You seeing it now? Done? Yep. There.
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay,
Thank you.
sorry. It's a little messed up, but all right. So we got Alex is York County School of Tech. How's year 2 going, Alex? Good? Back in the classroom?
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we got a mix Pitt Airport and teach for cyber school full-time and RMU as an adjunct. Okay, Tiffany. All right. Try that. Yeah, good. Christine. All right, good. So we got a good mix here. I want to welcome you all. y'all sound like I'm from the South, but this is glad you are here. Quickly, I want to go over the shared agreements. Typical, we're all here. Speak your truth. I will promote equity. I will be open to feedback. Expect, feel free to push back on ideas. And just we're going to respect our privacy here. What we do here stays here, and so forth. So, I think that this is a slide I use in all my presentations, and pretty much the norms that I like we all stick to here at CS&PA. So I'm gonna do this a little differently now. I'm gonna still share the screen, but I'm gonna come out like this so I can go back and forth and share some other content. So I want us to look here at going over what we have going on here in the cohort and the structure. All right. Of course, it's 6 months. This one's 60 minutes. The next ones are all just 30-minute check-ins. Because this is going to be self-paced. For some, this will be very basic, because this is a very accessible, simple programming language, and so it will be for those that have been programming, but it will also provide an opportunity for you to use it with a variety of students' abilities. So the online session via Zoom, and then you have asynchronous material that you would do. And if you click, and I'll provide it here, as you can see here, this is where our material will be. And I'm going to copy this link in the chat. If you have not joined this, and I'm going to make sure I'm letting everybody make sure. Okay, see, this wants to join. I gotta approve people too. So I gotta approve people that aren't in yet. So I'm kind of doing a couple different things, but I will put the invite in here again, and I'll have you join this if you can, and if you haven't joined, please do. This is where you will live. I will open up all the lessons. I waited till today to make visible, make so make everything visible. Okay, I won't notify, but this section will be visible now. So I want to begin there, and one of the first things I want you to do if you get in there, let me make sure I don't need to help anybody having trouble getting in here. Once access to CS&PA, I'll approve all. All right. If you have never been in CSPA, I have to approve, so I'm kind of multitasking here. Wants to join, access. Oops, sorry. Trying to do admit. Liz is coming back in, so wants to join. All right, so here's approve. All right, so back and forth. All right, so I think I'm getting everybody in there. So the first thing you want to do is, once you get in here, is getting started guide. And in here, each module is going to have a packet, okay? And you want to open up this packet. It's going to force you to make a copy, and you're going to get a packet like this. So I'll leave that up there while I do some of this letting people in. Okay, so join CSPA, joined, wants to join. Whoops, I don't want to do that. I'm clicking on too many things. Okay, we're getting there. Good. All right. So if you're not in, let me know. But once you get that guide, each module is going to have a getting started guide, a participation doc. This is where you will use to put your materials. And once we get through getting everybody in, I should be able to, let me see. Make sure. All right. I think we're good. All right. All right. So we are, and this is synchronous. Like once you go through here, then it will let you go to the next section. Mine looks a little different because I'm in the teacher mode. But so we're getting started, and I'll go back to the these are the modules. Each module will have we have this module that we're doing is Kickoff, introducing computer science, text and booleans and integers and numbers. And then we have libraries and objects, data science, part 1 and 2, loops, conditions, and traversal, and create a simple app. And then we will do actions and classes, and then create an accessible app, part 2. All right. And then, so if I go to the next slide. So I want to talk about Quorum before we get in, and I'll go over everything here in a little bit. But Quorum is evidence-based. All right. It's evidence-based, designed using data, from human-centered computing research. This means its design decisions are based on how people actually learn and use programming languages. It was built from the ground up, and accessibility is as a primary consideration, making ideal for all learners, including those with visual impairments. That was one of the key in the development of this, was the visual impairment. And then it is block and text, like most programming languages. And importantly, for PA educators, it is aligned with the CSTA standards, which that is what is endorsed in Pennsylvania. And then I like to, the tagline for Quorum, which I really think says it all for them, and I really like it, is programming for everyone, regardless of disability. I really, this is a unique, accessible programming language. Screen readers, it's very user-friendly for screen readers, which if you take Python and Java, that doesn't happen because they're not as accessible. So I'm excited that you're here and we can get to go into this. All right, now, so the block interface. Now, this is the downloadable version that you see on the screen. There's a toolbar, there's a tray for blocks, there's the editor, and then there's the output down here. The output down here, the editor up here. This is the downloadable version, which we will not be using through this. Everybody's coming in. Through this course, but in the next course, the game design, we will do that. Okay, we will be using the downloadable. In the spring, after Christmas, I'm going to have a course on game design using Quorum, which is also designed specifically for us by the people at UNLV. This course was also designed just for us. Well, it's open to everybody now, but it was originally designed because we contracted them. All right, so let's see. Let me see if I want to go a little bit different. So. All right, now I want to go to the packet. Let me talk to the packet and we'll talk about it, and then I'll get into Quorum a little bit. So the packet is broken down into the different sections for this module. Okay, and this is what you will. Right here is a link to the material. If you go to this link, it will take you to here. Whoops, not there. This one. Oh. It takes you to here, but that's not where I want to go. All right. Takes you to here. So this is hour 1, introduction to computer. This is the course this in Quorum. If any of you look through Quorum, if you go in under Quorum itself, learn, you could also find this here. If you go under learn, it's the first thing that's under learn, and you try online, this is the course that we're using. Okay, and it is free. And then we're not going to use the downloadable version, but I want to emphasize this packet is designed for you to use. As you can see, if you look at what's online and you look at what's in the packet, it goes hand in hand a lot. I don't have everything, but I leave a lot blank. I'm presenting this in a way that you could use this in your classroom as a student. Okay, you're the student, so you can fill this out as you go, and as you know, kids retain more as you work through it. So this is a way that they could work through it as partners. And if you look at the what it is here, it's very basic. A lot of the same. I don't go in depth. The editor that we're going to use looks like this because it's online, and we'll go into that. I will go into that. And then at the end of each lesson, and if you look through here, I do have some questions in bold that I want you to answer as you go, because you're going to submit this packet as a to prove, as you're at the end of the module. And see, there's questions here, and if you want to fill out this, you can. And I have some questions at the end. I also have links to the problems that go along with the sections. Each section has Parsons problems, as they're called. Okay. And then I have a question here at the end that ties into what you do. So if we go into the Parson problems, they're at the end, and they are also tied to, if we're here getting started, they're down here at the bottom, down here too. Okay. And these problems, whoops, Lauren Walker's trying to come in, my coworker. Okay. So these problems, as you can see, this is an online text editor specifically designed for us because we asked for something like this. And if you work through these problems and you run it, okay, you run it over here. Let me put you guys down here. If you run it, all right, it says build successful. It gives feedback right away that this is the editor. This is where you'd see it. The downloadable version is the same way. The editor's down here. And I mean, the compiler's down here. And then, we could change this. We could change this to say something else too, but we'll get into that. And then you can move on. If you're having problems, it gives you hints. Okay. It gives you a hint to get the answer for the students. And then you can go on to the next one. It has another problem to do, and it tells you what to use Zoom tool. So this is going through a lot of the tools. Zoom out, zoom in, so you can zoom in and so forth. So it's just showing you how to use the tools. And you run it, okay? And then it can run on to the next one. So each section has these problems. I'm not going to run through these with you, but this is how it works. And then you have this section to fill out, a couple questions that tie into that. And then you have also the block area. And if you go to learn with Quorum, I got too many tabs. So if you go to here, and then all the material for this packet is in this hour one. Okay. And if you go to, so all the problems are there. So then we go to learn about output. They're over here too. And then you have, it tells you here what to do. Most programs use the more forms of using user output. In this problem, you will use the text-based output block to say hello. So you can drag this out here like this. Whoops. All right, and then, all right, you can check it. See, this checks it. Try again. So use the text box. So I'm trying to see. Move the block from the tray into the editor and run code. Okay, I didn't run it. That's why. So I run it. All right. Build successfully. And then you can check it. So you can check it too. Great job. Another thing it does is give your students feedback right away. All right. So, and then you can go to next. And then they work on the next problem. You can work on these together. Okay. Okay, where this link is, if you go to the workbook, okay, I want to make sure if you go to the very Quorum right here, see this link right here? Full online material tutorials are right here. If you go to the introduction, if you want to get to the problems, they are on like here. You go to the workbook, the learn with blocks, learn about the output, and learn here. The main link, each page has the main link to the material right here. Full online materials, tutorials are right here. And then that takes you to here. Whoops, I had too many tabs. But there, okay. I'm going to stop. I'm going a little fast, but I want to stop. See if anyone has any problems, any other questions with what we're doing with the workbook. I had a PowerPoint, but I think I'll go back and forth with the PowerPoint and talk about things a little differently, right? So we did the blocks, okay? And I do want to, this is what we're working on now. The learning goals for the first hour are learn the basic computer science, explore online code editor, which we're going to go through, and practice outputs concepts. The lesson structure always has a warm-up, you explore, you engage, and then you wrap up. Okay, and this is some of the key vocabulary. As you can see, concatenation, which is joining text strings together, the online code editor, and the text written symbols. All right. So, I just want to make sure that I want to go step by step with this, and I'd spend more time going through this. So this packet, right here's this link that takes you to here. Okay. And then the problems, you can find the problems that you work through with the students. And this is where you get the information to fill in your packet. And then the problems are at the bottom, but they're also at each section of the packet at the bottom where you engage, the engage section. I have links directly to them. Okay. My neighbor's mowing. Give me a second. Sorry. Sorry. All right. So, and then we have, and then they're all there. So you would work through those. So I want to go back to the editor. Okay. And
Hey, Brian, I
yeah.
just jumped in. Sorry for being late, traveling, and then was in a different PD thing.
Yeah, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so sorry, everybody. I'm Lauren Walker, a member of the CSMPA team here. Very excited to be a part of the Quorum workshop with everyone and get to meet you and, support you through this journey, creating accessible programming for your students. Special education was my jam, 15 years in special education world before coming to the CSMPA team. So I'm really excited to be able to provide this experience alongside you. So I know I missed the beginning, but just to ask Brian, did you go through the community of practice and all of that?
Yes, yes,
Squared away?
we went. That was the first thing we did, and a lot of people were just getting into it at that time because we do
Okay.
have the community of practice. And let me see if we need help getting anybody in.
That's what I wanted to see if I could help on the back
Yeah,
end.
if you could check and see if anyone, like is waiting to be joined, you know how that is if they didn't join yet. So, but yeah, you can share in the group later if those that just came. I think I want to spend some time looking at the quorum and going into depth with it a little bit. The key concepts you're going to do in this first section today are output, text strings, concatenation, and say. Concatenation is joining words together like hello world, and text strings, or this is a text string, just putting words together. Output, of course, is outputting hello world, and then say is say hello world. If we look at that, that's what this whole section goes over those concepts. You have the warm up, you have the vocabulary, which ties in. If you look at your packet, you can work through these hand in hand. Each section is broken down. I tried to break it down in different sections. And then you can fill this out. But this is also, remember, I was trying to make a template that you could take in your classroom and use. All right. So all right. And here's some examples of code examples. If I go to the next slide. So display text, we have output. And if we do that here, we have joining text, hello plus world equals hello world. And then we have multiple commands, output and say, and then the say command. Now, in context with Quorum, you know, like this one here, if we go into the output, I'm going to go back to the original. The original, the first 10 are very basic. This is the editor. It's just getting you used to you run it, and it gives you back. And then you go to the next one. These are very basic. The blocks tutorial, this is just going over how the blocks work. This is the editor. Use the Zoom tool. So this is teaching you how to use the tools. And you run it. You have to run it even though you're not doing nothing. Okay. I'm not going to go through all these. And then when you go into these all the way up to where you're edit this block. Read through the block, add the block from the tray, and edit the text so the program will display a welcome message with a character name. Character name here. So, hi, my name is, and then you could put it in here. Drop your block below here. It tells you where to drop it with the comment. Whoops, I didn't drop it. So there's step by step. It's very, very laid out, step by step. It builds on each other. And you can also adjust these to fit your students. You can say, all right, pick your favorite Disney character. You could get very creative with your kids and have fun, or your favorite superhero character. So, character name here. So you type in there, drop it below here. You can change this text if you want a character name here. Okay, so I could change, so as I was called in when I was a teacher, Howard Power. So, and then the kids can run it. They could do whatever, and then they could have fun with that. Hi, my name is Howard Power, and I programmed this message. So they could make it very simple. And if they need a hint, they can get a hint. And I like that it's very much gives you feedback right away. And then today's lesson also talks about output. So this one tells you most programs forms a user output problem. Use the text below based output block to display the text hello. So you put this out there, you run it, and if you look down here, it says hello, build successful. You could check it. Great job. If they check it, it gives them this feedback, which is really nice. And it's just, kids like that immediate feedback, and especially those that have some challenges with doing programming. It's good to know that they did it successfully. All right, so and then you replace me, move the output there, change the text to hello world. So this is showing them how to just make sure you're writing inside the text box. So you could change this to hello world, or you could even ask them to create their own message. And they run it, and they check it, and they get that immediate feedback. Okay. Any questions with what we got so far? Yes, Liz. Yeah. Anybody? And then the say will go into that. Like most programs, is one or more forms of user output. In this one, you will talk about the say block to speak text hello when the program run. Move the block from the tray to the editor and run the code. So say hello. And you have to place it just right and run it. Whoops.
Hello.
See that, and it runs it. It says hello. I don't know if you heard that. Did you hear that? It actually said hello. Say will voice it out. Output will just print it out here, and you can get a hint if you need it, and so forth. Now, any questions with all that? That's the main things that you talk about here. Let me make sure I touched on all the problems that we do here. We do get into blank and comments, you know, how you create a blank block. And this gets in, this is just, comments, how you do comments. So that is also part of let me look at module 1 part. And then you get into integers, text, and variables, which is also part of the hour code. And that's text variables. So this is also here too. This gets more into, you know, declare text variables in programming. And I can go over that as we go on to the next slide. So some classroom activities with output. These are going over some of the students can join, you know, some ideas here for exploring Quorum. You know, students practice using the output command on display text on the screen. The goal there is to understand the display information to users through text output, which we just did. Say practice, learn how to provide accessible audio feedback. Again, the feedback for the students. Concatenation, joining text together. And then exploring blocks. And then also warm up, you know, students discuss technologies they can use with this. This is some ideas for you. And then some teaching tips here. Consider pairing students to work together in these activities. This promotes collaborative problem solving and allows students to support each other. And then, of course, and now I'm going to take some time and I'll spend more time with, so back to the course real quick. This is getting started. So once you work through there, it will allow you to go to the next section. This is all sequential. And this is module 1 participation guide. And this is what we did today, review the material. This is complete the problems and everything for here. And then that will allow you to move to the next section. And then the next section, you're continually use that packet for this section. And then as you can see, I have a video in each section for you to work through these, okay, on your own. And then you do the materials and you fill in the packet, that section of the packet. And then you get into the next section. I have a video there as well to kind of review the material in the same way. And then you get to the finally at the end, wrap up in sessions. And in there is a Google form. This is where you upload a copy of make sure it's a shareable that I can view it. This is where you will submit your packet at the end of the module before we meet next time. Okay? And as you can see, I saved the answers to all the problems to the end because I don't want you to have them from the beginning. I want you to try first, but you know they're there. We do have answers. Thanks to us requesting that in the training this summer, they didn't have the answers. There were some things that was one thing that we asked them to do. So that is the course. That is your expectations. I want to stop here and I'll put it on this. If there are any questions while we sit here, and I'll open it up now for questions. So, because we're good with time. So the next steps is next module is module 2. Next meeting is November 6th. Continue to use community of practice, lesson materials, support resources, just reach out. These are the the rest of the modules? Yes, there's a hand. Go ahead, Bonnie. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Brian. So I'm in the community thing, and I have made a copy of the workbook for
Mm-hmm.
first part. I went through and marked it complete. Do we just go to Quorum directly, or is there a link we're supposed to use to get to Quorum?
There is a link. If you look in the first part of the packet, you see here, it says full online materials and tutorials are found at this link. On the overview where it goes at the first page of the module packet.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't realize that was the Quorum link
Yeah,
for
that's the
the
Quorum link.
software.
And then, yeah, everything's online. This whole program's online. And then the problems, there's two places to get to the problems you work through. After you go through is down at the bottom of that page you just clicked on, or in the packet, each section, if you go to like introduction.
Yeah, the bookmarks on the left. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Thank
now-
you.
Yep.
I read right over that line, I guess.
No, that's fine. That's why we're doing this step by step today. I knew it would take time to get everybody. No one's coming in. All right. I knew we would have some questions with this. And I do want to tell you, while I'm not giving you the packet and opening up the course, each section till the next time we meet, that doesn't mean you can't work through the material, the online material at your own pace. You just can go back to the packet and fill it in later if you want. Okay? So feel free if you say, oh, this is fun. I'm going to go ahead and go on to hour 2. So if you're going to go on to hour 2, even though that's part of the next module, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay? And well, that's actually part of the hour 1 and 2 are the beginning. But whatever, if you want to go on to the next sections, just go ahead. All right? Because it's for those that have been programming, this isn't going to be like a big hard for you. And for those new to programming, this is a great tool to learn programming. Lauren liked it because she was learning programming and it was helpful for her. And it's a tool. And then learning an accessible programming made it even better. And we did a camp this summer with some autistic students, and the game design that we're going to do this spring we used with them, and they loved it. So yeah.
Yeah, and when you also use the community of practice too, just making sure that like you have to go through each
Yeah.
lesson. So to get to the next
Yeah.
like
And-
video and everything, it'll
Yeah.
unlock after you do that portion.
Yeah. It won't open up the next section until you get through everything.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and like Brian said, I'm glad you pointed that out, that on the Quorum website, all of the next hours are kind of there already, but just trying to pace it out for everyone. He can a good structure.
Yep.
Everyone has a lot of other responsibilities and obligations, but if you're up for it, it's all there.
Yep. And I'm excited for you. I just want to thank you for coming today. I'm going to couple things here. We have a ton of PD opportunities, and we're giving money out at everything that we're doing. So we're giving stipends for almost every PD that we're doing. We have this accessible programming now. We have another educational pathway for CTE cybersecurity education pathway. I have one currently going, and we're starting another one next week. Of course, we have the Capture the Flag events that's going to happen over 3 locations. Next week starts CMU. You can all this information here, and this is a good thing. Our normal CS and AI Summit, 17th and 18th of November, and all these can be found at patent.net CS and PA PD. And one last thing I need. Okay, I'm going to put this in the chat. I need you to let me copy this. I need you in this. I'm going to share it too because I want you. There's two things that happen here. There's two surveys. One's an attendance that I need, and then I'll put it up here and share. So if I bring it up here, all right. There's an attendance, and then if you go to next here, like you click on the kickoff, you do all and make sure. I don't know why it's going to make me do this, but I'll do it. I'll just put names here. So if you do, whatever, and then this one, this will take you here. You see this? Liz is having some trouble here. If you see this, click here for this one. This is a separate one that goes to patent itself. Okay? Make sure you do this, but make sure you go back to this and click I did it and then submit. Because then you won't get credit for attendance. Okay? So there's two of them. This one is for patent. As you can see, it's a high quality professional development. There's no names attached to this, no emails. It's just information on it. It's tied to this training. But the attendance is how you get your Act 48 and how we keep credit for your stipend as well. So make sure you go out and do this, then you come back, check this, and submit. So you get credit. Any questions on that? I'm trying to give you a little time back because I know it's busy.
When I try and complete the stipend form, it says I need to have access. So
Okay.
I requested it, but is that happening to other people?
If you are, don't worry about it. You're going to get this again. I'll have her adjust it. Or can you see the form, Lauren? Let me see. I'll go back.
That other form, it says it's an Excel spreadsheet for the stipend.
Yeah.
I don't have access either. It's
Okay,
saying
so
that
we
I
just
need to
don't have
request
access.
Don't
right now.
I don't know if that's the form she wanted to give you.
It might be the wrong link.
Yeah. Let me. I'll take care of that. Don't worry about that. Just click.
Okay.
I've click. I completed it, but I did not complete this form. I understand I will not receive. Just click. I completed it, and we'll make sure you get it done. All right.
Okay.
And then
Thanks, Brian.
yeah, I'll figure out. I'll talk to her tomorrow, and I'll send it out. I'll send it out to the group. But yeah, make sure you do both these and then submit this. All right.
Yeah, we can follow up in an email with that link.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think
we're
she
gonna
put
put.
the sheet instead of the form.
Yeah, she put the spreadsheet rather than the form, which she does 100 things for all of us, and one little mistake is not a big deal for her because she does so much for us, Sadie. And so yeah. Any questions? Any questions? Anybody want to stick around? I can go over more of the quorum. I know that was a lot, but I thought I'd try to get you to understand the platform we're in, and I'm going to stop share for now. And if anyone has any questions or anything, if you need anything, I can sit here and go over it with you one-on-one because we still have time.
So I did the QR code, Brian, and I think that the QR code worked because I didn't get that spreadsheet. So do I have to do the one that you clicked on the link? Because I think I filled it out correctly. Like, can you see that I filled it out? It says attendance, form, quorum, programming cohort. Your response has been recorded.
Yeah, let me tell you, I can tell you right now who responded so far.
So I think the QR one worked. Maybe the link that you gave us is yours and not like a participant. I don't know.
The link
Unless
is
I didn't fill it out.
so I have
Yeah.
I have Sarah, Carlton, Jennifer, Deidre, and Alex. You guys can go if you're done, and if you did the other survey too. So when yeah, just make sure if you need it again, I can put it in there. Let me. I'm just making sure it's going to the form. So what they're talking about is the question in there, and I'll put this in the chat again one more time. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, and really with the stipend too, that's not going to be available till the end of the course anyways, so that's
yeah,
like a later,
yeah. We can make sure that's, and you're going to be with me another 5 times, so
yeah.
we can make sure you get your stipend. Yeah, and some of you have done other stuff with us,
Right, so
so
it'll,
we have the form already for you.
right.
Like if you've gotten stipends or even travel assistance, that's they've gotten forms for you. So some of you might be okay. Mhm. All right, thanks, Carlton.
Thank you.
I think this was addressed earlier when people were talking about how to actually get to the application, that it goes step
Mhm.
by step with each of the tools that you're learning.
Mhm.
But is there a sandbox on one of the tools that you can like kind of click ahead and see how you can play with some of the tools, or do you have to go in order with all of the different steps?
I'll share again. I'll show you. There is not a sandbox. I would think if we talk to them about that, that could be something down the road. But when you get into like, here's the first hour of code. And then if you go down here, here's the problems that you work through. If you go to these, you do not have to go in order. If you wanted to go down here, you could go ahead in these, but they work in order to build on the skills. Okay. But there is no sandbox. But if you wanted to do your own thing in here and tell your kids, all right, now I want you to do this or that in there, they could run it. It will let you do that. Okay, there's no sandbox, but you can design and you could add, maybe if you do a worksheet or something, add to it, say, I want you to change all the blocks to do this or something. You can do that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know that when you were doing the in-person PD, I guess earlier this year, like last school year, my school district said, no, we're not going to use that program. And it was a little frustrating. And that's why I'm joining this after school hours, because I want to learn more about it. Is there a cost to this that would be like
No.
detrimental to school districts? Like, why would a school district say, no, we're not going to use this program when it was meant for everyone to be able to access? That's what I'm confused with.
The only thing is if your tech department is going to well, this is all online. So this curriculum here is all online. But even if you went to their downloadable version of material, they have material, it's all free. You can download it free. There's no cost to download it. So it's all whether your district has a problem with downloading it or whatever. So
Is it that or is it with the AP? Do you have an AP CSP component? Like, is it because it's
Oh, no, I'm in middle school.
yeah.
I mean, it would be wonderful to use this for AP Computer Science. I did a training on that over the summer, but no, they just said we're not going to be using it. And I tried to explain to them like the historical value of why it was even developed and the people it was developed for, and they just said no. And that's why I didn't come to your in-person training. So that's why I'm doing it like on my own now, because I'm like, why wouldn't somebody use this? It's a wonderful tool. So thank you
And
so much for sharing.
yeah, and I would emphasize to them that how it's free and you can download it, and it's yeah, if you explore some of the other resources on Quorum's website and go to their Learn tab and look at some of the other stuff, a lot of they have lessons there. They all are tied to their downloadable version. But yes, so yeah.
And they don't block anything. It's not like you have to pay for a certain version. It's like the free version is every version and there's no ads on it. So I just can't wrap my head around my school saying no, we're not going to use it.
Okay.
yeah.
That's
Thank
sad
you.
to hear. And if maybe we could help
Right.
talk to him sometime, or maybe maybe we can even get Stefan from UNLV who designed this to even talk with them too.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for today.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm glad you're here. Yeah. All right. So, all right. So I think I have okay, I have Tiffany, Christy, Bonnie, Meredith, Alex, Deidre, Jennifer, Carlton, and Sarah. So if we're all good. All right. And Bonnie, I got Bonnie there too. Tara, yeah. Yeah. Jennifer, were you able to get in? Oh, she's out. She's good. Oh, there she is. Okay. Tara, you need any help getting your